The hungry he has filled with good things. The rich he has sent away empty. May 16, 2025. According to Karl Marx, with the end of serfdom in the 14th century England, the majority of people became free peasant proprietors. Agricultural laborers were made up partly of these free peasant proprietors who used their leisure time to work larger estates. The other wage laborers for large estates were in similar circumstances, supplementing their agricultural wages with farming allotted land of 4 or more acres. Still other peasants had free use of common land, on which they pastured cattle and gathered firewood and turf. England was typical in this regard. Throughout Europe, feudalism was characterized by the land's division among the greatest number of sub-feudatories, residents who held land comprising a hierarchy of land possession, mutual service, and social obligations. A feudal lord's power was contingent upon the number of subjects within his territory, itself contingent on the number of peasant proprietors. The very word peasant, inhabitant of a local place, relates people to the land. A peasant could no more be alienated from the land itself than a song could be separated from its rhythm, melody, form, timbre, or lyrics. Nonetheless, in the late 15th and early 16th centuries, due to increased bourgeoisie and royal power, smaller groups of feudal retainers were disbanded, and free peasant proprietors were transformed into proletarians. Newly produced proletarians, without the protective lord-peasant relationships, were subject to nasty laws, forcing people from their land. The word proletarian etymologically refers to a member of the poorest class of a community, a person who is mean, vile, and vulgar. This is the ancestry of my people in Europe, and perhaps yours too, transformed from peasants who were dutiful dwellers of a soil community, a part of the land, into proletarians, a vile and poor people with nobody to offer or accept obligations. In this situation, the proletarian Shevocks moved to the Americas in search for a land on which to be. March 28, 2025. Walking down Beach Avenue in Patton, I would pick up snuff for my father, and he would give me an extra $1, with which I would buy Little Debbie Swiss cake rolls or oatmeal cream pies. Neither of these are healthy foods, but as a tall but underweight child, I needed as many calories as I was able to obtain. I offered to get snuff any time my dad ran out, but by the time I was in my teenage years, after a mouth cancer scare, my dad gave up the addictive substance. When I went to university at age 18, I was 135 pounds and 6 foot 1 inches. Each year of university involved packing on pounds during the school year. I had a meal plan and got 3 more than square meals each day when I was there, and then losing weight at home. This set me up with an unhealthy relationship with food. I left university with an excellent music education, but no understanding of how or what to eat. When I obtained my first teaching job in Maryland, I began gaining weight. My weight gain was interrupted by Weight Watchers in the early 2000s, and again just before beginning my doctoral program in 2011. I then experienced solid weight gain until I was 44 years old and 308 pounds, which was my heaviest. With this new low for me, physically and psychologically, I began to exercise compulsively and disproportionately. I also, after years of eating a vegetarian diet, tried a low-carb, high-meat ketogenic diet fad. I lost nearly 30 pounds, had my blood pressure increase, and just as quickly, though without changing a single thing about that eating plan, calorie intake, or exercise, gained much of it back during marathon training in 2022. I ran the Steamtown Marathon at 295 pounds. What should have been a highlight for my life was, like my university job search, bittersweet. I returned to eating a vegetarian diet and have slowly lost weight again. Mary's words, the hungry he has filled with good things, the rich he has sent away empty. may refer to sustenance in terms of food, or it may refer to spiritual nourishment. Those of us who grew up in poverty with food insecurity carry the scars of our childhood. At the time of writing this reflection, I am 269 pounds, but more, I have compassion for anyone suffering from overweightedness. Perhaps a spiritual wealth that comes from experienced poverty is the type of nutrition Mary's words mean for me. So many people, raised in comfort, have no understanding and less sympathy for those living in poverty, be it social, bodily, or spiritual poverty. But the Bible teaches us everybody, rich or poor, clean or dirty, nourished or hungry, is Imago Dei, having the dignity of one who bears the likeness of God, without regarding another's Imago Dei. A person is truly empty in the worst ways. Jesus teaches, do not be afraid of those who kill kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather, be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in Gehenna. The one who would destroy the soul would have us see the worst in this person standing here in our gaze. And God would have us see the sacred image, God's fingerprint, and God's handiwork, God's own eyes contemplating ours in the reflection of another.